Hello ladies and gentlemen, Gaming Toucan here, welcome. This is the beginning of new Europa Universalis series when we're going to do an achievement. And last time I've done the Navigator, where as Portugal you have to get to Indochina and India and Africa and have provinces there by 1500. It was actually tense for a while and I really did enjoy the sprint. And I enjoyed it so much that after some consideration I decided to do something similar, and this is going to be around the world in 80 years achievement, where as a custom nation in the British region, so you need to start over here, you need to own the following provinces: Suez here, North Konkan here, Bengal Delta, Canton, Musashi, and yes, over here, Salinan, and of course Manhattan. Quite challenging achievement. You have to do it by 1524, so you have exactly 18 years. Let's start. Of course, this is going to be hard difficulty, custom nation difficulty easy, because that's the achievement requirement. I'm not trying to min-max, I'm just trying to get it done. I've given it a little thought and made my choices of my custom nation based on some initial thought process, so you may be quite surprised with some of the decisions, but I think you'll understand the reason behind them soon enough. So first and foremost, the most important thing in this achievement is our custom nation. We are going to start, of course, in London, and there can be only one pretty name, though the flag is actually nice. Toucan, and adjective, I suppose, Toucanese, right? But we'll get back to that in just a moment. Just let's change this atrocious map color. This is the most important thing. After that, okay, nice cute green. So let's start with the important part, and that is government rank. I think kingdom is actually nice. I like being a kingdom. Culture is English. This is fine. This is English land, so I'd rather stay culture English. Tech group Western. We actually need Western for a reason that will become apparent later, and we have to be Christian. Not necessarily Catholic, and for that reason I think I'm actually going to play as an Orthodox Toucanian state in the British Isles. Yes, that sounds right to me, so let's go Orthodox. But do I want to be a monarchy? Is the question, and frankly, I have a good feeling about doing this as a republic, because why the hell not? There are two republics that come to my mind. One is Peasant Republic, and one is Ambrosian Republic. And actually I'm going to play as Ambrosian Republic. We're going to be a Grand Republic because it has a nice sound to it. So this is our government setting. Now court. Of course, our ruler is going to be from a reasonable Toucanese dynasty, and his name is going to be a beautiful Toucan. Sounds like the perfect ruler. Of course, he's going to be a 666. Regarding his traits, the one there's several which are quite good. Bold fighter being no, not bold fighter, inspiring leader being particularly crazy. As I'm going to go with well connected, because I value it quite highly, as you'll see why I'm sure of it. Okay, yeah, nice 666, beautiful token, sounds just about right. Now ideas, this is the interesting part. And after some thought, these are the ideas I chose. And I think they might be questionable to many of you, but I hope you'll see why as the time goes by and on. I imagine this isn't particularly difficult to understand. The morale of armies is of course amazing and should be there for any reasonable person. Now, where is the idea cost? Yes, we enjoy our idea costs being reduced, militarily speaking. Which one was it? We have several options, all of which are actually tasty. This is good, though. Land attrition. Yes, if I remember correctly, we're interested in land attrition. It's morale of navies. I suppose this was going to be goods produced, was it? Perhaps. No, not really. I'm sorry, this is such an important choice. One needs to think it through, right? It's not something you can just jump into. I actually enjoy not that much. We chose idea. Harmony is not for us. Neither is. Yes, this is actually pretty good. Perhaps I won't have points for it, unfortunately. So we're going to go for, excuse me, not this. National unrest. This has a nice vibe to it. And we'll see if we have enough points to get something later. We are interested in those initial three in particular. The fourth one will not be as important because we won't have time to develop it properly, the later part. So we are saving on points over here just to make these particularly oomph. Okay, appearance now, land. This is of course the first region we want, south of England. Of course we're not going to take Wales. My god, why would we? Right? And this part of Scotland is, I suppose, satisfactory to our taste, and we will also take Cornwall, Connacht. I think yeah, no, one of these is fine. One of these is absolutely fine, and we're going to take this unspeakable name. We actually have 7 points. Can we get something out of it? We actually can get unrest -1, which is excellent. And we can get Cumbria, so this is our custom nation. We're not going to take any lands outside of the British territory. I can't remember if you can do it while having capital in the British region or not, but that is beside the point. We will be quite dominant, I assure you. Now, I'm having second thoughts about attrition, actually. I was thinking about combatability. It's one of the either, and both are particularly tempting. But this is always a difficult choice. And not exactly enough. I'd have to cut, some pieces of useless clay over here and there. We actually want clay a little more than discipline, 10%. So 7.5 is good enough for me, I suppose. 401, oh blimey, this is just barely. But we can easily deal with that and get 5 military. This is not actually something we will mind. So we are exactly 400. We have a lot of development. Perhaps a little too much from my calculations, because I made those. And if we get rid of some, perhaps we will be able to actually get what we desire. That is this discipline. This is a little higher than earlier. This min-max, oh yeah, perfect. So this is good enough, I suppose. We are going to have still 200 development, 20 age ruler. Let's hope he doesn't die. And yes, The last part, of course, is appearance. We can't look like that. The color is fine, but the emblem, while a bird... Yeah, let's leave the bird, actually. Let's make it a wave and make it a little more red. Yeah, that's good enough, I suppose. This is the sea. This red is, of course, the blood of our enemies. The bird is supposed to be Toucan, so perfect. Toucania has a good vibe about itself. A republic. And let's begin.
X gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you. He gon' give it to you. X
Took a while. Okay, we are in the game. First and foremost, we need to do administration decisions, give some lands, select rivals. The important thing is we can rival England, which is nice. But Denmark, is Denmark worth a rivalry? Now, the Scottish probably are worth a rivalry. They are hostile. We'll see. And yes, we have Lothair, the center of trade, and the lowlands will need to become ours, and we'll need to take all that. Oh, yeah. So, excellent. But first things first, land. The center of trade is, of course, going to the burghers. They also need some well-developed land in Northumbria. So this, and I suppose this, and they should be fine. Yes, perfect. So the burghers are dealt with. Now let's deal with the clergy. I might be surprised that this rich province is going to be given to the clergy, but I have no problem with that, not so whatsoever. The south of the country is going to belong to the nobility. Great landed knights of the realm. And that's enough. Excellent. So our estates are happy. Let's draft some ships for war. Let's grant them monopoly charters and get diplo points and contribution out of them. You can't use burghers any more than that, so thank you. We're going to get an inquisitor. We're going to get admin support. This is fine. Of course, calling a diet. Getting a general, which is actually a very decent general. And demanding military support is fine. Now, the important part about this achievement is that you actually don't need to do that much colonizing to get it. This achievement is not about going colonial. This achievement, to me at least, is about conquering lands from very powerful states in Asia, mostly. New York and San Francisco, of course, need to be colonized, and that is the biggest challenge. But the Mamluks, Ming and Bengal, whoever owns Bombay, and of course Japan, are going to be pretty hostile theaters of combat, and we'll need to take that into account. Novgorod. Now that is hilarious, of course, but no, not really. What is our manpower limit? Not that much. Okay, we have 19k troops. That should be enough to deal with the English. Of course, we intend to humiliate them dearly. Let's get our level 2 advisors where we can. And actually, goddammit, I forgot to use Minister, and they'll go over 80%. We don't want that, so we'll just get the money boy. Oh, this is so tempting right now, but do we need the money? Well, of course we do need the money. What sort of stupid question is that? Let's protect trade, and of course we're going to protect in Lubeck. We're going to sail our happy little navy over here, and the moment we can, we're going to attack the disgusting British. Now, the fact that they are allied with Portugal is actually to our advantage, and you'll see why in a moment. At least I think you'll see why you should be able. Okay, up to force limit. We're going to have 5 more heavy ships, which is good to know. And I suppose we can add a few more light ships. It shouldn't hurt us, quite the contrary, it should be to our benefit. Now let's see, alliances, these don't really matter. The French are useful. Do you want to get involved in continental conflicts is a big question here. Not so sure. I'm actually not that inclined to listen to what's happening on the continent. Oh, no vassalization. So we'll have to get a vassal on Ireland quickly. And I suppose getting Leinster to be our beat boy shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, one ally is secured. We don't really need many more, come to think of it. Yeah, we're not interested in getting involved in those continental squabbles, because we're going to be as British as humanly possible. So boys, please meet, and the moment we can, we're going to declare war on the English. Now, I intend to get power projection out of killing the Brits. And I suppose that's the reasonable thing to do, right? Of course, this isn't the best option. Frankly, I don't think I really need allies right now. I think I can safely say that I'll be able to deal with that myself. They don't have a superior navy. That navy will not stand much of a chance against me. And the commander should be eliminated as soon as possible, as soon as they lock. There you go. I suppose that means they're going to die a rather horrible death. Horrible, horrible death. Let's issue embargoes on our rivals, except England, of course, and yes, Denmark. Thank you. We want that power projection above 50 ASAP. You won't get anywhere, beautiful boy. You'll be dealt with. Now let's sail. We need to take out this navy ASAP. The point is to control the seas and eliminate as many enemy troops as possible via naval casualties. Let's do that and try to get to Glamorshire as soon as possible. I suppose this is the land that I'm going to retreat there. This is nice. I suppose we should be able to, excellent, get it before they can recover. This is not really important. That morale difference is showing just how damn superior our troops are. And there you go. The English are soundly defeated on the continent. And yep, let's sail and defeat their navy so that we can reach a state of naval supremacy. And it will be key, make no mistake about that, it will be absolutely key to have naval superiority in this conflict. So let's hope we can deal with these guys. Yes, we can. Very Obama-like, I think. And yes, so they sail to continent. Let's repair our ships if we can. Oh, the Portuguese are here. Excellent. So that's easy to deal with. We'll actually land in Pale and just, you know, get it for ourselves. We don't really need to land on the continent. We have rather limited needs right now, to tell the truth. Let's exploit some development for manpower. It's always nice to do. At least I like to do it. I know it's yeah, you know, questionable thing to do, but well, in time we'll develop some of these provinces with excess points, because we'll have excess points, make no mistake about that. And well, hello there, you're sending more and more troops to Ireland. Not the best idea, but who am I to judge, right? There you go, bye bye Portuguese. You lost those troops the moment you came down the direction you shouldn't be going. Now you, sir, will move over here to our war objective, whereas you boys will do some blockading and killing of the English. So Lancashire has fallen, so will the marches soon enough. And I suppose we need to block this, so we don't need to deal with any more of enemy troops crossing into our land. And there you go, the French are very punctual in this matter. Very punctual indeed. And our these aren't heavy reinforcements yet. Our light/heavy ship reinforcements are coming. And right now I think crossing into Pale is not that bad of an idea. Marches are ours. There you go. I suppose this is just as good moment as any to actually do a land in Portugal. As I do expect our friends, the French, to beat enemy mercilessly, so that should make it far easier if we actually have any expenses in the conflict with the Portuguese. But yeah, England is pacified. We're going to get that sweet power projection and boost our army tradition. We'll need strong army tradition for this achievement. The enemy will have rather powerful armies against us. We'll need to be superior on the battlefield. So, this is fine, I suppose. We can take this army, send it here, and excuse me, why are you fighting? Oh yeah, course mistaken. Never mind, let's repair. And yeah, we should be perfectly fine right now, and perfectly fine in sending some 5,000 troops to the Azores and to Madeira, my dear friends. We want to take those islands from Portugal. And how are we going to do it, you might ask? It's not actually particularly difficult. All we need to do is simply blockade them long enough for the devastation to build up, and afterwards it's going to be a walk in the park. Of course, we need to take this port as a base of operations, same goes for Madeira, so that we don't suffer naval attrition too harshly, as it is outside of our supply range, as you can see from Limerick or Somerset. Excellent, so the Azores are ours. Let's get into the port for a moment or two. Brilliant government. Money is always good, but prestige. Prestige is nice, it gives us morale, money in result. No, we're actually going to take money, because we are greedy money grabbers. So yes, Somerset is ours. Now you guys are going to Madeira for a holiday yet again. And yep, this is a cool event. And we can get army tradition, or we can get free professionalism. And we can keep everyone loyal, and army professionalism in this case is a little better, I think. But, okay, it's inconclusive. Hard to decide, right? But it should be fine. So, yeah, how many? 6 regiments. We need 6 regiments to take that province, and by that province I mean Ceuta, to siege it and block it. So yeah, we'll siege it so that we can threaten the Portuguese properly. And the moment we destroy the armies, we are going to be perfectly fine. So Yeah, this number is actually problematic. And yeah, you can sail back to, well, not here, perhaps over here to Wales. Of all the places, Wales. That's pretty extreme if you ask me, but I cannot make Madeira a core, but I can get anything else. I can get humiliate war reps on 22 ducats, and that's exactly what I'm going to take. I suppose crashing the Portuguese a little further is not going to be that difficult, especially since the French are crushing them with impunity themselves. It's not that difficult. Should be able to get it done. And there you go, we can now move to Ceuta safely. And these guys could actually move here and start drilling. Wouldn't see a problem with that at all. Oh, do you want to move here? It's outside of range. How big is the attrition? 1%, but it's gonna grow rather fast. Yeah, time at sea. So we'll have to rotate this fleet. And to do that... Oh, damn it, the French are already sieging Portuguese armies over here. Come to think of it, do we really need Yes, David Gray. It's horrible, but we're actually invading mainland Portugal. I suppose we should be able to do that and get a base of operations so that we can just, you know, hammer them a little more and, you know, get exciting and all that. And not really, but we'll need those points on diplomatic front, because we'll need to develop exploration ideas substantially before we can get them to a satisfactory running level. So there you go. This should speed things up just a tiny little bit. Sieging Portugal, and they are trapped over here. This is cute. And there you go, we have a land post in Portugal mainland. They are still unwilling to surrender, as are the British, but time is indeed in our favor. Military is the least necessary of all the points right now. We have the upper hand. And yeah, this is looking good, I suppose. As good as it gets. So let's take Beja as well, do some looting. And yeah, wow, Lollard Heretics got its own forts, and it's not my problem right now. Yeah, England without all the good parts of it, and by good parts of England I mean London in particular, is a rather poor country. If it has neighbors on its islands, well, let's just say that the English are not particularly good in their military confrontations. They are far better at sea or plotting in some other disgusting way. We can have a battle actually. Those loans are not a problem, really. We'll get the... Oh, these guys are a problem though, and we'll need to get them. Not a big deal. So, yes, suppose you need to go over here, dear friend, and get some healthy renovation, sea-wise. So, okay, first batch of heretics dealt with. They'll take back Pale. That's no biggie. Yeah, get another batch of heretics. And good, I suppose we're set for the time being. Those fort maintenance expenses, though, are quite lethal right now. Lethal indeed. Okay, so that's dealt with, and we can move to Lisbon and just siege it. Siege the living hell out of it, and that, I suppose, should end the war and get us some nice money, actually. If we can get it faster rather than slower. And 50 Diplo points is actually tempting, but we need money right now. Let's take Diplo. And before we forget it, because this is important, let's protect trade as well over here. Oh, this is tempting. Wow, I went over force limit. I did not expect that to happen. How? I wonder. Well, I suppose I'll never know, but, well, shit happens. I could consolidate these regiments, and that will solve my over force limit problem. Of course, I'm going to keep a beautiful leader. Let's hope that his rule will be long and profitable, I suppose. Profitable in earnest. Do we want bigger forces in Portugal? Actually, I think we do, just as a contingency plan, right? Oh, thank you, French. You're so nice. Of course, let's increase patriarch authority as a good Orthodox country. And England wants to peace out. England, will you give me what I desire? Well, you're not willing to see reason yet. But that will change. So there you go. But where is my second army? Yes, excellent. They will land right here where they should. And they'll take Beja to use as a base of a range increase for our ships not to take attrition damage. Excellent. And let's move to a fort. Should be fine. Still not interested in any peace dealers at all. We have time. All the time in the world, liked. Because we're not on a strict timetable in this achievement. No sir, not at all. We are safe to just, you know... Oh, we need 6. Damn it. Safe to just... Andrew Percy. Oh god, we had such a good commander. But that means this war is finished. There you have it, we have what we wanted, the island. Thank you, and the English should resign as well, I suppose. If they wish to continue this conflict, I'll be perplexed. Yes, we want to leave them with those 3 disgusting pieces of property here. Humiliate war reps, and there you go. Manpower recovery prestige is gained. Let's allow the French to fight because it's fun. Move over here. Increase these guys. Autonomy will have to send the peacekeeping force back there, but it shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. Hopefully. Okay, so that was the first part. Ulster. Oh, perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end here. Despite the fact that we're doing Around the World in 80 Years achievement, I do not intend to spend all that time idle. I want myself to have some fine conquest killing pillaging, looting, you know, the usual entertaining stuff in the game. So stay tuned for more. It's 1449, only 5 years have passed, which means we have 75 years left. Our superior Toucanese nation will get around the world in time, I have no doubt about that. If you have some doubt, of course, feel free to tell me about them. I'd love to hear how you believe it can't be done with this setting. Definitely. Anyway, see you around next time. Gaming Toucan out, and bye bye.